14th episode of Hot Boxing Talk, South Africa's very own online boxing talk show. We're going to do things differently this show. We're going to be speaking to Hayden and Cyril about international and local boxing news and current topics. And first, gentlemen, I want to talk about the heavyweight division. We've got Vladimir Klitschko going up against Tyson Fury. And first and foremost, does Tyson Fury stand a chance against Vladimir Klitschko?
Well, I think Tyson Fury's got the size, which is one thing most of Klitschko's opponents haven't had. So I guess he does stand a chance, small chance, but he's got a bit of a chance here.
Your opinion on Tyson Fury? He was put up against Steve Cunningham, who is a small heavyweight, started as a light heavy, and struggled against Cunningham, but beat Cunningham and then knocked him out. But surely that doesn't bode well for his championship title challenge against Vladimir.
The one thing I do like about Tyson Fury, not everyone likes him. He's a big talker, and his chances against Klitschko, I honestly think Klitschko is the king of the heavyweight division, and it's kind of, there's no one else there, or maybe a couple of guys coming up like Deontay Wilder, who's now the WBC champion, and maybe Anthony Joshua in a few years' time. But Tyson Fury, I don't think stands a chance against Vladimir Klitschko.
I tend to agree with you. Talking about Deontay Wilder, WBC champion, he's fighting a guy that, I don't even know who the guy's fighting. The guy's like a complete no-name brand.
It's actually quite sad because after winning the title, I was expecting him to start fighting the top contenders, but it doesn't look like it.
There's no question he's got legitimate power with the right hand, does Deontay Wilder, but his chin is questionable. How do you think he goes against Vladimir for unification if it happens?
Well, once again, Vladimir is the best heavyweight in the world. The one thing about Deontay Wilder, especially against that fight against Stavern, is he's getting straight through the guards of Stavern. Stavern would keep the guards up and it wouldn't count for it. But Deontay Wilder has been ducking a certain Alexander Povetkin for a while now, and that would be a good fight.
That's actually a great fight. How do you think, going back to my question to Hayden, how do you think Deontay goes against Vladimir?
I think Vladimir wins, but Deontay can come close. I think a lot of people don't give him credit for his athletic ability and his speed and his quickness. I think that could give Klitschko a few problems.
Now, you mentioned a fighter who I'm mad about is Anthony Joshua, gold medalist. He's done everything that's asked of him. You said in a few years' time against Vladimir. I'm going to disagree with you. I think probably within the next 12 to 18 months, he's ready for that kind of fight. What's your opinion on that?
I have to go with Hayden on this one. I think it'll be at least 2 years before he's ready for that.
A year and a half, 2 years. Okay, your opinion?
No, I think he's actually going to miss the Klitschko generation, and
Could be.
it's going to be too late. But by the time, he would probably be able to beat Vladimir Klitschko.
Here's a question. Okay, David Haye, he's spoken about a comeback. He was cut. He was supposed to come back. Hasn't come back. He comes back. We've seen footage of him against Deontay Wilder. Buckled Deontay Wilder a couple of times in the sparring sessions. How do you think he does against Deontay if he comes back to the sport?
I think he beats Deontay. I think he matches Deontay for athletic ability, and David Haye is a solid fighter.
Very colourful, kind of would be great for him to come back to the sport, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no, it would. And just to get back to that question as well with Cyril, I think David Haye's movement would be too good for Deontay Wilder. I think he's got that whole slickness about him, and movement.
So moving along, it was a Mayweather weekend. He went to 49-0. He claims he retires, or he retired. Has he retired?
I don't think so. No.
Has he retired?
No.
You kind of got the feeling that it was like a soap opera, and the way he was speaking to Jim Gray, you got the feeling that, hey, something's up his sleeve. You know he's going for that 50th. Based on his ego alone, he doesn't want to equal a record. He wants to surpass a record. How good was Andre Berto in that fight?
I think Andre Berto he was going to lose. Nobody gave him a chance. But at least he made a few of the rounds competitive. He didn't win the rounds, but he made them competitive, which I suppose...
Hayden, do you think Andre Berto was the right opponent for his last fight?
You see, I mentioned it last week, that 121-108 scorecard. It's the one judge had it in my favor, so thank you very much. But no, he definitely wasn't the right opponent.
So there are a couple of scenarios out there. Miguel Cotto defends his linear championship against Canelo. Both are Mayweather victims. Whoever wins that fight, Mayweather could probably move up and fight for the middleweight championship in a catchweight contest. Then there's also Manny Pacquiao, who had the shoulder injury. If he comes back and has a good win, he could be in the running. Who do you think Mayweather should fight for his 50th? Because we're all in agreement here. that he hasn't retired? Who do you think he fights? I mean, personally, Amir Khan deserves a shot. I don't think he gets it.
No, I also don't think he gets it, and I believe that Manny Pacquiao will actually be the guy that he finishes against purely and simply because of the money and the way he's swindling the media at the moment.
But don't you think it would also be an intriguing fight for him to fight the winner between Canelo and Cotto? Because, Cotto's come on strong, Canelo was too green when he fought Mayweather. So they're always like stories that Mayweather could swing to the public and say, well, that's why I want to fight this guy, or whoever wins that contest.
I think that's a good point. There's gonna be stories around whoever he fights. I think if it is Canelo or Cotto, then there will be those stories. But I think he still beats both of them anyway.
Going back to the middleweight championship, Cotto is the man who beat the man, and Sergio Martinez. But the one everyone considers the champion is Golovkin. Miguel Cotto, if he wins or Canelo wins, he has to fight Triple G. Unless it comes down to the money scenario with Mayweather. Does he want to fight Triple G?
No, and Floyd Mayweather Sr. has actually been in a few interviews saying they want no part of Triple G. I don't think Mayweather will take the fight. He's not even a welterweight, but he's built himself up there over time.
Do you think he'd fight Golovkin?
No, I think Golovkin is just too big.
Right, now moving along to the local front, Chris Van Heerden had a disappointing loss against Errol Spence Jr., who I believe is going to be a future world champion.
No, Errol Spence Jr. is very good. He's actually better than Andre Berto is, so that says a lot about him.
Yeah, and he would have cleaned up Andre Berto too. Chris Van Heerden, not the end of the road for him, still relatively young. It's his second loss. Where does he go from here?
I think he has to build himself up again. But he's still got a nice future ahead of him. So I think just pick himself up and.
So here's the thing, and I'm not trying to sell a fight here under the hot boxing talk. Tikamo Valetti is the IBO welterweight champion of the world. How does Chris do against him?
I think Chris outpoints him on a decision.
Your take on that?
Yeah, I agree. I think Chris could even stop him.
And this weekend we see Heki Butler returning to South Africa after 18 months of campaigning in Monte Carlo. He fights a very tough, incredible title challenger in Simpiwe Konka. Good fight.
It is a good fight, especially because the local fans in South Africa have been wanting to see this fight for a while. So that from that point of view, it is a good fight.
It's the Eastern Cape versus Transvaal Gauteng. I mean, it's always exciting, almost like when Jory fought Heki Butler kind of vibe.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you look at social media, people have been going back and forth about it, and it's exciting,
Reino Liebenberg is desperate to get a win back in his career. He hasn't had a win in over a year now. He is fighting for the vacant SA light heavyweight title. A lot's expected of him.
Yeah, he actually told me he's making this a 3-round fight. So I think it's a nice fight.
Also on the undercard, we have promising DJ Curl from the Hotbox Gym, but also don't forget fireworks. Jason Biederman versus Paul Kamanga. You called it a few weeks ago. I'm going to put you on the spot again. Who's your winner and why?
I'm still going to stick with my original decision and go for Paul Kamanga.
How's he going to win?
Knockout.
Your take?
Kamanga in the 10th.
Kamanga in the 10th. The two gentlemen have spoken right here on Hot Boxing Talk. From myself, Hayden, and Cyril, this is the 14th episode of Hot Boxing Talk.